guys, welcome back to Tidbits and Tea. Today's sketch is very busy, needless to say. And when I first looked at it, I was kind of like, wow, this is a little overwhelming. And overwhelming was my very first thought. While I tried to draw this, I had to draw some of it last night and I finished up some of it today. Not much today, just touched up a few things, and I have the whole video at the end of this one. I was trying to draw last night and my cat would not, and you can see it in the video, he would not quit messing with the pencil and kept his paw on this picture right here, kept putting his paw on this guy, putting his paw on this guy, putting his paw on this guy. That being said, today, you can see in the video what I'm drawing, the dog kept sticking his butt in. He was butting in, showing his ass. Butting in, showing his ass. So there's a lot of chaos in this, and someone is definitely showing their ass. If I can say that on YouTube. I'm learning still what I can and can't say. Or butting into things and getting in the middle of things and causing a problem. So what I have figured out is you've got this key player here, which is really him and his partner here. And when I drew the video, I had to go back and look at how I drew it. This is kind of like this guy here, and he's walking in this direction, but he's looking back at this direction. So this is his partner here, which is represented by this guy here. Took me a while to figure that one out too. Clean shaven, and he doesn't have the whole beard going on, but that doesn't mean he didn't shave it up. I've got him down here too, this guy here. And it's almost like, well, it's not almost like, it is like this guy here, and it could be a female, but I really think it's a guy. And it could be this guy. I don't think it is, but it could very well be. And the main reason I say that is because he appears here and here in these people's thoughts. So they are talking about him, thinking about him, whereas he is thinking about this guy here. Now this guy doesn't have glasses on, but he is the only one that I can correlate to this here. And it doesn't mean if I didn't draw some glasses on. I mean, people wear contacts and glasses. If this is your drawing, you'll know the difference. So this cat right here, he's looking this way, he's this way. So over here, he's talking to this bunny. Could be this female, could be this male, depending on if he is the female energy or the male energy. I did have a hard time figuring out which he is, but I'm 100% he is a male, whether he's operating in feminine energy or not, because he is an angry horse. You see how this horse is right here around his throat? He's got a lot of words of anger coming out of his throat, and they're right here. His little face is here, and out it's going. And then there's this little kind of catty chin up look, like I'm putting on a good show. I'm da 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 da. You see all the anger. Got a lot of anger coming out there. Then you come to this middle face. The anger is here and the taking action. That's what he's doing in his action phase. But on his feminine side, he's more vulnerable and he's contemplating, and then he's talking to this bunny rabbit here. Not sure which bunny rabbit that is, but you kind of see the horse coming over the bunny rabbit, which tells me that if this guy is the horse and the bunny, then he likes men and women. So it's very possible, since these two are in his thoughts, that this man, this guy and this girl were either sleeping together, going out together, talking to each other, but he definitely has both of them prominently in his thoughts, and he's thinking about this guy, thinking about this guy. And I say that because of the shading of the pencils. This is coming out of his head. I didn't pursue this right here. I didn't see any of this here. So there is some chaos here in the middle. I think that's him. I think he's thinking about himself between the two. So it's possible that this guy was the third party between these two. That is possible. Just looking at this here. There's the bunny. So he was the bunny where the other one was the horse. And that was a relationship. I'm not sure what his correlation is to her, unless it was just because these two were together. That could be him. That being said, either way, he is the horse now. So whether this was his bunny and he's the horse, or he was with both of these two. If you drop down here, you can see his angry horse, irritated horse, sad, not sure what to think horse, and then the very active horse on the feminine side. And this guy here looks like this guy here, which I'm pretty sure is this guy here. So my take on this whole picture is that this guy right here, him, or this guy could have been the one to stir the drama up. Either way, this guy, oh, let's jump up here. Sorry, I'm jumping around, but I'm gonna come back to that one. So somebody, looks like a female here, said something to these two. If you look at the very beginning, you'll see just this guy show up with these two on him. They are one, they are a partnership. This person's here talking to them. This person's here talking. She kind of transitions into here. I don't think this is the same lady. It could be, but I'm pretty sure these two are. Speaks her piece after he has spoken his piece. She is sitting here while these two are in shock. These two proceed to get into it about him with a female, which could be this one, or these two could be the same. I still think these two are the same because of all the stuff going on in their hair, all the contemplative thoughts. This is just messy after sex versus put together publicly. They're all having a huge conversation about him. Looks like he's out of it, possibly drunk, not feeling good, tired, hungover, one or the other. I would say drunk because while I was filming, halfway through the film, not only would the cat not quit messing and quit meddling and getting in the middle of my pencils all over my drawing, I had to pick the cat up and move the cat once or twice. The cat came back in and knocked the camera over, flipped it on the floor, almost knocked my tea over, was spastic all over the place. So I have a feeling that this was all taking place on a night of a party, or someone just got very drunk, or they're drinking a lot and all the time, possibly. Either way, this is a social setting. So these guys are upset. They're all arguing. They're having at it. The partner here is upset. This guy's taking off because he's angry. You can see his questioning here. Pretty sure that this is the same guy down here that's angry, that's meeting up with this guy, which is like some vengeance sex or something, like let's get together and play. Either that or he's confronting him from being with this guy, and this guy is the same, and he was with her and he was with, goodness, who knows how many, because if you come down here, there's bunny rabbits and people, there's faces, heads, and there's a lot going on down here. And I think that all of them have been promiscuous in their own rights with their own people. They probably swapped people and not told. And then they get angry at the partner and jump from one to the other, basically. That being said, I'm pretty sure he came in and confronted this guy because they probably slept together. So he ran his mouth here. These two got in a fight. He left. Does that all make sense? It took me a while to piece this together. And some of that I'm basing off of emotions. You see the anger on the shoulder. Somebody's put the burdens of the world on him. And it's got this long nose poking out. So I really do feel like it's this guy's long nose. And he could have been so upset when this guy left. Or actually, I'm sorry, I'm getting it backwards. He could have been upset that he slept with him. So he was leaving. And this is him discussing what happened and what they heard and why he's going, because he was here with him, got furious, came in, confronted him. There was a whole to-do at the party or the social gathering. He's angry because he was with him and he's leaving. Either way, this guy is leaving. I can't tell 100% if he's leaving because of him or he's leaving because of him, because there's so much chaos and I'm not sure who started what first, or if they were both doing it behind their back and it's just all coming out into the open now. Either way, this one has definitely slept with him. I think this is him here. You can see him up in her thoughts. She's holding him down. She's holding him back. Wouldn't be surprised if this is like a sister or a best friend. More so maybe even best friend that he's possibly been promiscuous with. I have no proof of that. So it could still be a sister that's got a lot of issues that hangs out. And I say issues because she's in her head heavily. All of this is going on in her head. She's dwelling on all of this. It's stressing her out. It's weighing her down. The feminine side of her is furiously angry. The right side taking action is sad. She doesn't have any action to take anywhere. It's sitting in her lungs. She can't breathe, almost up into the port of her lymph. So quality of life, she has no hope in that anymore. She's just upset and sad. She's hiding her bunny. Her bunny is her promiscuous side. She's holding on to that. She's grabbing her thumbs. That's worry. And she's sitting on top of this guy, which is him. He's all happy, no issues, no worries, and behind his back, this guy's running his mouth, and this guy here, which could be him, and it may not be, it may be the other one. So there's lots of chaos and drama. She could be in her head about that, but she looks like she's protecting her rabbit. And I think that's her inner child and her emotional wounding from childhood. If not, because you can see the anger here and this and that. And it could be from someone else, but either way, she's connected. This guy's the same. He's all the same. He's the same, all of them. And up here, he looks kind of together and happy. But he's a mess, so she could be seeing him in his party place. Here he's together. This is like the beginning of the social event and party. Down here, she's holding on almost to memories of when he was happy and things are good, because now he's not. He's wrecked and he's drinking and he's just a mess. And she misses the happy side of him. And she's thinking and holding on to what happened. She's very grievous about a lot of things. She might be slightly gaining some weight, getting slightly fluffy. I would not say fat, but I would say she's holding on right now. He's not speaking. He's stewing in this picture here, down here. So he's pretending to be happy while he's deep in his emotions. He's got a lot going on, even in his neck. Neck is stubbornness. So he's being very stubborn about something. He gets his way. He gets what he wants. But he's not too happy over here. Not too happy with how things are playing out. And that might be because he had the vengeance sex. Either way, this guy is a horse of many colors. You see him, he's sitting here with his legs wrapped around the horse, which tell me he is probably his horse. I know it sounds terrible, but he's the bunny, he's the horse. And I could be wrong. That just might be he's expressing himself by being promiscuous. And again, this could be this guy, but his hair is all down like this because he's letting loose. And when he gets into his thoughts, he's thinking about himself and his relationship to whoever this girl is and what happened with this guy. And she could have been his bunny. So he may even be contemplating and looking back on all of this and what's going on. And he sees himself in this kempt together light, whereas everybody else is seeing him as an absolute wreck. Again, this very well could be him running his mouth, talking, being promiscuous all over the place, being with this guy, because that does kind of look like him, being with him over here, getting these two angry at each other, just going to town because he's angry and he's upset. I am more than happy to get your thoughts on this one. This one was a very complicated one, and it's hard to get the empaths and the emotions as far as, it's not hard to empath this because it's chaotic energy, it's transmuting out, but it's hard to see the exact emotions from some of them because there's so much going on and so many things happening at once, and you can't empath everyone's emotions at once. Plus, you're seeing them revisit scenarios. This guy here could be this guy with messy hair. I don't think so. It could be this guy. I think he's just another guy that's upset, that's been thrown into it. And he's looking over here. He may be interested in this girl here, but he's angry because she's dealing with all this and he can't even get to her. Or again, this could be him, but he has no beard, so I don't see that being him. The only one I see with the beard is this one. But he almost seems like thoughts here, like he's furious that she's even found out about it and that she knows. Maybe she's a mother figure. Not sure. Back to this guy here, our horse. He's definitely got a lot going on. And in his knees, his ego, fear on his feminine side. He's got the ego and fear, the masculine side. And that ego is angry. So he had the masculine side of him hurt, possibly by a masculine. And now his feminine side is vulnerable and sad and upset. He is definitely covering up his heart and how he feels and his true emotions with promiscuity. The horse is taking on everything. Either that or he has become the demon and allowed the demon to take over. He is carrying the burdens of the world. It looks like it's from this guy here. And then on his left shoulder, he's holding the horse, which could be his buddy here if it's not him. If this is your drawing, you'll know if this is you or not. But I do feel like this is the guy wanting to know what happened, how this happened, what's going down, why did he sleep with him, and just completely having a fit. You see him over here coddling his horse, holding on to the horse, and so this guy's got a head under his arm, like he's gripping the guy under his arm. So there could be a lot more going on. Again, there's so much happening. It's hard to tell who slept with who when, if not one before the other. Either way, this one's got some serious issues. She can't let go of him. He's kind of down in her stomach. She's having trouble digesting the changes with him and what the difference is. It's also very possible that he had something to do with the promiscuity because she's kind of hiding her heart here. But I think she's more protecting herself and her own emotions and a little bit in shock. She may be protecting him too from him, kind of holding him back. She could be very well holding him back from going nuts. And this guy does look like he's got some issues, but that's how they see him. They all see him as having drinking issues, possibly drug issues. Obviously, she sees him, she sees him as her horse. So he definitely was sleeping with her at one point. But I have a feeling she's been sleeping with men, women, and numerous things. And the reason I say that is she is portrayed down here. You'd have to zoom in with all these different ones, and she is hiding her bunny. I think this is her here, the bunny. There's just a lot. There's a lot. I mean, again, he could be the bunny. It could be a threesome. So when you have this many people involved and there's this much promiscuity, there could be numerous scenarios. She's definitely not wanting to move forward in her feminine side right now, and she's almost angry, like she wants to move forward with a vengeance. She's very angry on this taking action and movement forward side of her arm. She almost doesn't want him to see something like she did something, so maybe she slept with him and he's not aware of it because she's kind of got her hand here hiding over the arm. He is definitely putting the burdens of the world on her, though, whatever's been done. And then this guy's on her other shoulder here, putting the burdens of the world on her. So maybe she has slept with both of them, and that's a problem too. That's very possibly. But I really think that if that be the case, it was possibly at the same time. So there is a lot going on. If this guy needs to know if he slept with him, he slept with one of these two if they're not the same one. Yes, you can see that down here. And maybe he was angry because he caught his partner cheating, but he had fun with it. He's holding on to the one kid here. I say kid, but they look like they're younger, maybe 20s, 30s. Thing is, I'm not sure which one it is. Can't tell, my picture's too small down here. I ran out of room. I would like to say it's this guy, and the reason I say that is because this one is kind of eyeing him and looking at him. Like he caught these two. So he caught these two. This guy caught these two. And he's running his mouth about it, and he wants to know if it's true or not. If that's the question, yes, it's true. It's a lot. But he definitely confronted him. So he probably got angry that it got back to him, and he came in to confront him, and he pled the fifth. He did do the telling, though. I mean, there's some drunk bunnies down here. There's a drunk horse. There's another drunk bunny. Looks like lots of girls down here. So these two may front with women, but they have other relationships happening. And again, this may be one of those parties where that's the kind of party it was, and you're supposed to only be with certain people, and you have your boundaries, and they overstepped their boundaries or their limits. There's, ooh, that's an angry bunny. Look at that. I just saw that. Very angry bunny. All right, guys, let me know what you think. I know right now I don't have a lot of people on the channel, but if you do watch the whole video, I am curious because, again, I didn't get a lot of emotions out of this other than the chaos and the drama and the he said, she said, and the anger at the drama. They're all deep in thought about this guy. He's being drunk and acting out, but it's causing drama for other, I want to say, couples or partners or other people. There she is. I couldn't get her out earlier. That's a female there. Not sure who she is. And again, some of these people might just be people that were out clubbing and partying, and they just kind of happen to be in the limelight and in the way of the drama. See, here's the bunny mad here. So he's the bunny and he's the horse, but I think he's more the horse than anything. And this may be the two of them talking. Maybe he confronted him too, and he was angry about the whole thing. And these two just got into it, and it was a wild, crazy vengeance night. Who knows? What I do know is that this guy and this guy slept together. That's all down here. Funny thing is he's got a bunny on him too. The bunny is on his left side shoulder, which tells me that whoever the bunny is has got him upset. So the bunny could even be connected to her. She may be the bunny. She may be listening to him, yet he's very involved in being with this guy too. He could be taken off, getting out of town because of something that happened with his partner or with this guy. Because she looks like she's got this big grin on her face, like, yeah. There's so much going on in this picture. She's definitely acting out, and now she's trying to protect herself. Deep in thought about him. They're all talking about him. And this guy, he is full-blown going at it. You see them all down here. And his throat chakra here, he's angry. He's an angry little horse there. But it's almost facetious, like he is going to pay somebody back. He's going to teach someone a lesson. He's acting out on his anger and in his rage. He's almost blinded with anger. More than happy, talking out of both sides of his mouth. That's what I see. He's talking out of both sides of his mouth, so he's appeasing everyone and he's just angry. He's furious, he's angry, and he's acting out sexually, physically, mentally. Oh, here it goes. Ooh. He's tired. This is what I'm getting. He's tired of being the bunny and he's ready to be the horse. He's taking action as the horse because he can be the horse and he can be the bunny, but he's tired of being the vulnerable bunny, so he's gonna be the horse. The bunny can have a seat, but it wouldn't surprise me if he slept with this one and this one and this one. This one it doesn't show in here, but you can see the pictures of them on his. They've caused problems for him. This guy and this guy are causing massive problems for him. My question is, if this right here is her and this is his partner or not. Either way, he's done with this. He's walking out of here. He's out of here. He's not dealing with this blah, blah, blah. He's blaming shit on him. And he, I have a feeling, was just as much at guilt as any of them. I mean, I think they're all hiding something, honestly. You can see some sad bunnies down here. There's a lot of hurt feelings. There's a lot of secrets. And I don't think the happy memories she has of him, I don't think he was very happy. He down here is grouchy and upset and angry. And then on the side down here, you see this guy. So these two are separate people. They're definitely separate people because he is in his ear down here. There it is. Oh, actually, no, he's in her ear. So he's in her ear behind his back because she's thinking about it. She's sitting on him trying to decide what she thinks while he's in her ear. There it is. She doesn't know what she thinks. But her taking action side is angry. Not yet, but she's angry at not having the support from him as a friend, probably. Because he's spilling the tea. He's probably spilling her secrets, which is why she's hiding her heart and guarding herself. And he's spilling his secrets. And he's spilling his secrets because he's pretending like he has knowledge that he doesn't have, that he got from somewhere else, probably me. Which is fine, but you know, on this channel, make sure you use knowledge with wisdom because it will come back and bite you in the rear. Yeah, there's a hidden horse here. This horse is scared. So whatever horse he's telling this to, this is a male he's talking to. It's almost like a donkey, like an ass. Whoever he's saying this to here is scared to death about what somebody else is going to hear. He's looking back maybe at this woman. So maybe this guy has got a woman somewhere because he's looking here and this horse is looking back. That was an interesting one. I just saw that too. Either way, this looks like somebody's grandma or mother stuck in the middle of a huge party situation, and maybe I didn't draw this very well. Maybe this one is a lot younger than I'm portraying it here. I just thought it was an older woman, so maybe not. Maybe it is this woman, and he's saying something to the donkey, not wanting it to get back to her. Oh, maybe he's talking about her. That's why she's hiding her heart. So he's spilling the tea everywhere. He didn't just spill the tea, he dropped the tea. He dropped the tea bomb. And that's it. Yes, if you're asking, he is telling everyone. Everyone, everything. He's spilling the tea and getting it out there. Ooh, this guy. That's this guy here. This guy's the bunny. This guy, I see it here now. So this bunny is this guy, which was his bunny, and he was the horse. So he was with this guy. He was with her. He's running his mouth, spilling the tea, whether she was a friend or a sexual partner. She could have just been a friend. Either way, though, he's spilling her tea. He's spilling his tea about this guy. It's causing issues for this guy, and he's also angry enough at this guy that he slept with his partner. And I say angry because you can see the hurt and the pain, the digesting things. You can see his anger here on this right side. Could even be this guy here. And you see him nuzzling these two horses, nuzzling. Well, he's nuzzling one horse to the other. So they were both the horses, and these were their bunnies. And now they're angry at their bunnies because the bunnies couldn't quit hopping. Sorry, I'm having fun now. So this lifestyle leads to this kind of promiscuity. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, look at, he shaved. Look, that was him here. He did have a little beard thing going on here. He did, and I bet he shaved. So this is him in different scenarios. That'll give you your timeline if you're looking for a timeline with this one. Yep. I wonder if he even propositioned him after he told him what was going on. And he's like, yes. So there's that. And this guy looks like he was possibly with this girl even. Who's looking very angry, this little bunny. She's angry, angry, angry. Angry at them. I don't know if she is this girl. Very well could be. Just has straight hair, because sometimes people with curly hair have straight hair, and her hair could be straight, but because she has so much drama of other people's energy in it, it's hard to really get her hair in the way it needs to be because there's too much going on. Got a lot of energy going on. All right, that is the tea for today. I have no clue what I'm going to title this yet. I'm still picking up energy off this. There's so much high energy off this, and I think it's because it's coming off of more people than one. Because there's so much happening. So the bunny is the horse and the horse is the bunny. That's what I'm seeing. There's a lot happening. Let's just leave it at that. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. If I come up with anything else, I'll do another sip. I keep calling it an after sip, but it's really another sip, but I may have to change it to an after sip since I always come up with the epiphany after I turn off the camera. You guys enjoy the drawing. You may get more insight watching it from the beginning to the end. I always do. I always have to rewatch how I drew it, and I figure more out from that. And I have not done a pullback. If you do a pullback, you may see a face in it, one specific one. I'll see if I can do that and add that real quick before I post it. All right, you guys enjoy. All right, so I'm just gonna do this a little differently, and I'm gonna zoom this camera in and out. So I see the key players, this guy, this woman, this guy, and this guy. And if you look, you see this eye, this long nose, and this mouth. I think this guy wants the truth. He's the one asking. He's angry. See it there? He's shocked. The feminine side of him is shocked. Angry, long nose, pouty face, very upset. And he's looking at the guy that's leaving. So if you look in the very beginning of the video, I bet I outlined that face not realizing it. See, he's got his mouth open. This guy's running and he's mad and furious. And these two got together, this guy and this guy. I think that's how that is. It is possible this guy and this guy are the same too, but it depends on how he wore his hair or cut his hair or what he did, so. All right, if you see anything else, you guys let me know, and you guys, hope you enjoyed your after sip.